We all want to make a connection. I'm Valerie Greenberg, the confidence boosting connector, and this is Crosstown Connections on Bella TV. Hey guys, Valerie Greenberg, your host of Crosstown Connections on Bella TV, and I am here with the absolutely lovely and fabulous Vanessa Chu, co-founder of Stretched in Flatiron, my new favorite place. Hey, Vanessa.
Hi, welcome, Valerie.
Thank you so
happy to have you.
Oh my gosh, I fell in love with this place the first time I got stretched.
Great.
So, can you tell everybody a little bit about what your business aims to do for all of its customers?
Yeah, sure. So, we started about 1 year ago, and our whole idea is to get New Yorkers a little more loose. So we do one-on-one assisted stretching. We offer as short as 15-minute walk-in stretches, 25, 55, and 75 minutes. And they're all one-on-one assisted stretches. So we stretch you out. It's good for recovery, for injury prevention, and just for relaxing.
So pretty much you can tailor these types of programs to each and every person's body type. Is that correct?
Exactly, yeah. So we'll work with any type of body, whether you have an injury or modification, pregnant women.
That's great.
Yeah, so really anyone. It's modifiable and gentle enough to feel good on almost everyone.
Amazing. And where did you see that there was a need for a place like this, a business like this in the market? Because it is very unique.
Yeah, sure. So, I mean, as we know, people have been working out more and more, going to more boutique fitness classes, which is great, but not necessarily recovering properly. And so that's kind of where this idea came from. And people were just always complaining about being tight, low back pain, hip flexor pain from sitting at their desks for too long, staring at their phones. Text neck is a big one. So we're here to kind of help resolve that all.
It's true, because a lot of the workouts, they want to jam as much physical activity in as possible, and your stretch is like 30 seconds.
Right.
So we have to realize that it is important.
Right, and then you realize too, you go to workouts and the last 5 minutes is the stretch portion, and everyone's kind of like out of there and checked out. So really what we found was that when we do the stretching for you, when you have a trained professional stretching you out, it's just a totally different experience. Feels so much better, it's much more relaxing, you're just gonna get a better stretch.
Absolutely, and for me personally, it really just zenned me out and relaxed me. Our show, Crosstown Connections, is really all about connecting, realigning with yourself, and then being able to converse and build relationships with others, because you've got to feel good to do that. Right. So how much of this process do you think helps you on a personal level, and have you heard from clientele tell you that it's made them feel better?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, self-care is a big buzzword right now, but this really is truly a form of self-care for most of our clients. And it's also nice to have that connection with the stretcher. Most people are not as in tune with their body as they might think. Yeah. And so really you're learning a lot about your body. You're learning what feels good, what doesn't feel good, what you might need to work on, and your stretcher will work with you personally to help figure that out.
Wonderful. And this is your primary location in New York City. Are you located in other places as well?
This is our first location right here in Flatiron.
Woo, I love that. See, we're getting to the source of the fabulousness right at the beginning. So I'm sure we're going to watch this whole business grow, because tremendously, truthfully, guys, this is one of my new favorite places. So Vanessa Chu. Yeah. So we just spoke to the fabulous co-founder Vanessa Chu, and of course, I could not leave here without speaking to my friend Jeff Brannigan, who's the program director here at Stretched in Flatiron. We've stretched out before. Yeah. I am sore. I worked out a lot. So how are you going to tailor this program to my needs? Especially, you do know my body now a little bit after one session.
Well, you said your back is bothering you, right? Mm-hmm. So I think we'll do a little bit of leg, hip, some stuff for the back directly, maybe some upper body too. Adjacent muscle groups are always helpful. Plus, we have the very nice infrared heater on the table today. So
just talking about how I request that when I come in here.
Yeah. So it'll be helpful, kind of all of the above.
Now, as the program director, and you have so many different types of clients coming in here that have different needs for their body, how do you come up and train your professionals? I mean, that seems like that's a very difficult thing to figure out, because everybody's so unique and individual.
Yeah, I mean, there aren't many people that have done what we're doing in the past. There's always things we look for with massage background or a PT setting, or personal trainers, dancers, people that may have been yoga in some ways.
Sure.
So that stuff is always relevant and helps to absorbing the information more easily. But everyone does need to go through our training program in-house.
I love that. And what does that involve and entail?
So there's extensive practical training. And so we'll start with an initial workshop to give everyone kind of an idea of concept behind it, get a sense for the movements, how they should feel, how they should look when you're doing them. And then there's a long list of ways that they can get those hours in. We do about 60 hours of practical work.
Wow.
And then we finish with a practical and a written exam.
Amazing. I'm sure you guys have a lot of fun though too. I mean, getting to learn each other's bodies, that's exciting.
Get a little bit of recovery in when the trainees can practice on us. So
Amazing. That's definitely a way to break the ice and connect for sure, guys, if you work at Stretch.
absolutely, totally.
And also, what do you recommend that people wear when they come here? What's the process? You know,
Something
we
easy
wanna
to
tell-
move in is always best. But if you're coming from work and you're in a suit or something that's not as easy to move in, we do rent clothes. So we have sweatpants, t-shirts, socks. So get nice and comfortable and get ready to stretch.
That's amazing. I'm so glad I asked. And then afterwards, obviously, the process would be just to stay really hydrated.
Hydrate, of course, and after, especially if you're really fatigued, whenever you're doing movement like this, we're going to kick up some metabolic waste and stuff that's sitting in the muscles. So hydrating helps to flush that stuff out. So you want to hydrate. You want to, you could use stuff like foam rollers and ice and heat, and that stuff is always a nice supplement to the work that we're doing here.
And then how special does it make you feel when you know that you've made a client feel better and really be able to unwind, feel stretched, and really connect with themselves?
It's a good feeling, I think this is kind of unique. A lot of people haven't tried this kind of thing before, and so then when they find us, they're like, oh, I've been looking for this kind of thing for so long, and it's a good feeling to see how much benefit they do find from it.
Each session is, you can either do a 25 or a 45?
25, 55, or 75 minutes. It's all one-on-one. It's always going to be catered around people's issues like yourself if your back's bothering you, for example. You could do a full body with each of the three. You could just be more comprehensive with more time, of course.
Well, I love that you're actually making it available to people who are on tight schedules, because we are in New York, everyone's moving and shaking, but you guys, everybody can take 25 minutes out of the day to connect with yourself and get stretched.
Absolutely, yeah. But we see that a lot of people are on the go and they do want to be in and out, but a lot of people do also take the time and find a way to fit in the 55-minute into their schedule.
I love that, and Vanessa's so wonderful, and you guys have opened up your doors to us here at Bella TV. How did you two connect and come together to really work as a unit? I mean, it's a well-oiled machine here at Stretch.
Yeah. We spent a long time developing this kind of work prior to Stretched, and so that was originally in Washington, D.C. And we always wanted to try to bring the concept here to New York and do it the right way, and so in doing that, I connected with Amanda and Vanessa, and so we just kind of started chatting and figuring out ways to make that work, and here we are.
Here we are in the hottest part of New York City. Not bad.
Yeah.
All right, let's get me on that table. It's going to happen. All right, this leg's going to be higher when we finish.
Be taller, too.
Yes,
we
I
could
will.
check before and after.
Tell us some additional benefits that we can feel afterwards.
I mean, there's the obvious physical benefit, right? Pain relief, improved performance, improved recovery, but you also see that mental or like spiritual benefit too, like stress relief, anti-anxiety, that kind of stuff too. So we kind of think of it as this like post-stretch days. A lot of people kind of walk out like feeling kind of spacey because they're so relaxed afterwards.
I can relate to that. It happened to me the last time I left. Let's see if you can make the magic happen again. Yeah. Thanks, guys, for watching Crosstown Connections. Jeff, thanks so much for being with us. You're awesome. Let's get stretched.